The fun and fun capital of the world, it's the Jackie Gleason Show. And away we go! How sweet it is! There he is, our orchestra leader, Sammy Spear. Take a bow. You look lovely, Sam. That jacket looks like a single-breasted pizza. With a marinara cummerbund. If a moth ever took a bite out of that, he's got to get heartburn. You know, today, kids have a lot of things that we never had when we were kids. For instance, you go into a home today, to an ordinary family. One kid is in the bedroom and he's watching television. Another kid is down in the den, downstairs, listening to his record collection on hi-fi. And another kid is out in the garage and he's tuning up his hot rod. And the other kid is out in the yard, talking to a friend of his 5 miles away over a walkie-talkie. Well, they have things today we didn't have in the old days. But we had things in the old days that they don't have now. And one of the things was togetherness. Kids, we were together in those days. None of that stuff with the television in the bedroom and down the den with the records, the garage with the car, the talkie-walkie with the thing. We were together. Right in Joe's pool room. We were all...
A revealing beauty hint from our beauty editor. After many years of marriage, a woman discovers that romance is waning. To give new life to her romance, she turns to the perfume manufacturers who claim that their exotic mixtures will revive the interest of the man in her life. No. More women are wearing slacks than ever before. In fact, slacks are so popular with women nowadays, men are beginning to complain that a pair of shapely legs is seldom seen. But when shapely legs are seen, the result is always the same. another scoop for the American Scene magazine. This week at the Metropolitan Museum acquired another art treasure, the piano once used by Frederick Chopin. Here is a glimpse of the piano while being transported to the museum.
Rudy-doody-doody, town-a-town-a-town-a, town-a-town-a-town-out, tooty-too. All right, taking a few singing lessons. Oops. Nothing. Hey, listen. I've been reading this Miss Fairfax column. You gotta hear what's in there this week. Get a load of this, Donahue. It says, Dear Mrs. Fairfax, my boyfriend is taking me to a cocktail party. He's a stickler for etiquette. So I would like to know if olives should be eaten with the fingers. Signed, Fastidious. Now it says here, Dear Fastidious, no. The fingers should be eaten separately. She a bird, ain't she, Johnny? Huh? Oh, he's in the back. I'll call him out. Hey, Grace!
Hey, Joe. Hello, Mr. Johnny. Hey, Joe, did you hear about Teddy Gleason? He got himself a new job in a drive-in movie. At the end of the movie, he goes around banging on the car windows to let the people know the picture's over. I'm over at Highland Avenue the other day. I was hanging around, and I bumped into beautiful Muriel Bushkirk. Ooh, she's so pretty. Ooh. Satchel Fogarty says only for Adam's apple she wouldn't have any shape at all. She's beautiful, Joe. And we're talking away, and all of a sudden, I noticed smoke coming out of her pockets. And there was more smoke coming out of the top of her hat. I said, Muriel, don't look now, but I think you're on fire. She says, oh, don't pay any attention to the smoke. You see, perfume prices got so high, I switched to burning incense. She's a very smart girl, Joe. You know, speaking of perfume, do you know that the French people revolutionized the perfume industry? And did you know that last June was the 175th anniversary of the French Revolution, which took place in revolutionary France during the French Revolution, which practically revolutionized the French history? Think about that.
I'm thinking about it. It's all swimming around in my head. Now, how do you know so much about French history?
Are you kidding, Joe? I'm a student. I'm a student about French history. You'd be amazed at how much I've learned about French history watching that educational morning TV program. It's called Cat and Kangaroo. It's terrific. I watch it every day with my little boy, Chrissy. Of course, it's only supposed to be for kids. So when Cat and Kangaroo comes on, I hide behind the couch. Captain Kangaroo says the French people gave us much more than perfume and revolution. He made us make out a list of the things that the French gave us. I got it right here. This is terrific, Joe. First comes l'amour, and that's for sure. Toujours l'amour, l'amour toujours. And back to l'amour for some more toujours. Lafayette and Crate Suzette. Fresh asparagus vinaigrette. Champs-Élysées, the Rue de la Paix. Cabriolet and Esmone. The Regatta!
Alibi, Crane. See you next week.
Okay, Joe.
See you next week, Mr. Dennison. The fun and fun capital of the world, it's the Jackie Gleason Show.
How sweet it is.
There he is, our orchestra leader, Sammy Spear. Oh, that's lovely, Sam. That thing you get on tonight. All you need is a jeweled snuff box. That's gold, eh?
Gold with gold things creeping up.
Gold with gold things creeping up? We gotta lay off that booze, Sam. You start to see things creeping up. Look out. He's beautiful. And you know, he's got to have everything matches. He's got a hat that matches tie. He has a shirt that matches handkerchief. He's even got shoes to match his eyes. First time I've ever seen bloodshot shoes. Beautiful. Last week we have a dame sitting in the first row. She's about 27 years old, I guess. All through the show, she's looking at me and going like this. So when the show was over, you know, I ran down to her. I said, I've had people like our shows, but nothing like this. Through the whole show, you give me... She says, what are you, some kind of a nut? I had a peanut stuck in my tooth. The art world has been the center of controversy. Abstract art versus realistic art. The American Scene magazine has sent its art critic to report on one of the most realistic paintings of a waterfall ever produced. Sports seasons, the American Scene Sports Parade continues. And at this time of year, professional basketball takes the spotlight. And in Kansas City last night, one of the key games of the new season was played between the Kansas City Seals and the Phoenix Wetbacks. What you have? Same thing?
Coming up. Forget with the pipes. He ain't never coming. Hey, pal.
Say, did you see the latest issue of American Scene magazine? This is a pretty good magazine. They got a lot of interesting things in here. One of the things says they're going to have educational TV at 5:30 in the morning. They ought to have educational TV at 5:30 in the morning. Anybody that's watching television at that hour must be pretty stupid, mister. It also says here that there's 70% more kids that are going to college. Imagine that. You know, I don't think I ever met anybody that went to college. Did you? You didn't, huh? Who? You think he went to college? Donahue, you're nuts. Crazy Guggenheim? Wait, he's in the back room. I'll call him out. Hey, Crazy!
Hey, Joe. Hello, Mr. Daisy.
Say, I'd like to ask you a question, Crazy. Did you ever go to college?
Huh?
Did you ever go to college?
No.
I didn't think so. Did you ever go to high school?
No.
How about grammar school?
No.
How about kindergarten?
He's getting warm.
Didn't you ever go to school?
Yeah, I went to school once.
What?
I went to school once.
What is that once? It's once.
That's what I said. I went to school once.
It's once. It has no on the end of it. It's once. Say it.
Once. My teacher was a grouch, though.
Oh, you must have been a joy to your teacher, I'll tell you that.
He was a grouch, honest, Joe. She sent me home. I'll never forget that day. She asked me who wrote the Constitution. I said, I didn't do it. She said, you go home and stay there. Don't come back till you bring your father. My father stuck up for me, took me right back into the school right up to the teacher. He said, why did you send my kid home? He said, I asked him who wrote the Constitution, and he said he didn't do it. My father said, if he said he didn't do it, he didn't do it. Singing.
Wait a minute, wait. You took up singing.
Yeah,
What are you singing?
I could sing any song at all. I could sing anything.
Yeah? You know any of the tunes in the jukebox?
I know every song in the jukebox.
Hey, Donahue, put a diamond number 3 to jukebox. I want to hear this.
The more I see you, the more I want you. The more I see you. As days go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you. My heart won't stray.
Hey, that was beautiful.
Thank you, Joe. I'll see you later.
Wait a minute, where you going? Why don't you hang around?
I got my little boy waiting outside for me.
You've had your kid outside waiting for you all this time?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. A salesman left some candy here. Bring him in. I'll give him the candy.
Oh, good. Hey, Chris. Chris, hey, come on in.
What were you doing outside?